ultimate on-demand destination for the UK's best fan-led football podcasts.
Want authentic supporter insight on all things Bournemouth? Follow Up the Cherries in all departments on the TalkSport Fan Network.
Club-dedicated content created by the fans, for the fans.
Search TalkSport Fan Network.
Hello, Cherries fans. Hello, Huddersfield fans. Hello, all football fans in general, and welcome to another edition of the Up the Cherries and All Departments transfer show. Tonight, obviously, streaming on UTCIAD, and of course, we're streaming on Huddersfield Fan TV. So that, of course, means it's time to bring in my co-host, Ryan. How you doing, buddy?
Hello, Matt. Yeah, I'm all right. I hope you're well, and hello to everyone in the chat. And good to be back, and obviously do another week, a roundup of the transfers in this episode. So, I'm doing good, and obviously, let's just get into it, I guess.
Let's get going. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, obviously, like Ryan just said, obviously, our usual Thursday night show is not happening this week. We'll be doing a show on Sunday lunchtime. But we thought we'd just do a quick show midweek just to round up all the transfer news, just to stay up to date as possibly as we can before we get to the weekend. So, Ryan, you've got some picks for the Championship. If we start with the Championship first, buddy. A couple of interesting ones, actually.
Yeah, certainly some interesting ones in the last few days, absolutely. So first up, obviously, John Joe Shelby's back in England, of course. Obviously, a very familiar name to us fans in England, of course. Former Newcastle, obviously played for England as well, but also he was obviously at Liverpool as well. Obviously 32 years of age. He's joined Burnley after his contract with Turkish side Ayıpspor. I don't know if I said that right, but there we are.
You said better than I would.
His contract, it must have just run out. Obviously there's an opportunity for Burnley to come in. And I think it's it'd be intriguing to see how he gets on with it, won't it? Because obviously he has got experience. And obviously I'm sure he'll feel right at home back in England again. And it's a good little fit for him at Burnley as well. And I think obviously Burnley trying to get back to the Premier League. Obviously flying high at the moment in the top two. So, I think it's an interesting move, isn't it? And obviously, he's going to be obviously ready to go straight away, I'm presuming. So, be interesting to see how he gets on.
Yeah, this one strikes me as the kind of deal. Well, obviously with Parker being at Bournemouth, and obviously he got us promoted from the Championship last time round. In the January window, for us, when he took us up, he signed, I think, 7 players. So I think this looks like it's one of those kind of reinforcements to bring in a little bit of experience just to see him across the finishing line this one.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I was going to say as well, Burnley's side is quite a young side overall.
Yes.
So, having somebody like this in the dressing room, and obviously having that big experience, absolutely, it'll work. And of course, it'd be interesting to see what kind of role he plays at Burnley, if you get me right. Will he be starting games regular, or will he be kind of a player that comes off the bench and helps the team as well? But time will tell on that one. But I'm sure he'll add that quality as well, that extra quality as well, because I'm sure he's still got. I haven't seen him play for ages, but I'm sure he's got some quality still there. 32, but I know he's obviously 32 now, but. It'll still be obviously Burnley clearly feel like he's going to, help the team to get promoted. So
well, as we both know, the Championship is a very difficult division to get out of. Obviously, Parker's been promoted from the Championship 2 times before, and obviously he's making an experienced signing to obviously help the team where he feels fit. Your next choice, yeah, be honest with you, I don't know much about this player, so it'd be interesting to hear what you've got to say on this one.
Yeah, obviously, yeah. So Kyle Joseph is a name that obviously I know. Obviously, Blackpool are in League One, so obviously played him twice already. And yeah, look, this guy's 23 years of age. He's a striker. He's agreed a 3.5-year deal with the option of a further year. And yeah, obviously he's the leading goal scorer for Blackpool with 8 goals this season. So yeah, a real good finisher, really good overall game. Physical, very quick. And he has, and ultimately he's a goal scorer if he gets a chance, and he's proved that at Blackpool in a side that have really struggled this season, Blackpool. So, and he's still managed to get 8 goals, so it's not bad. And obviously we know Hull, their issues at the moment in the relegation zone at the moment in the Championship, and they need goals. And I'm sure that Joseph will really add to that. And I think he's a really exciting young player that I think it's a nice fit for him as well, I think, as well. So, yeah, interesting to see how he gets on. Obviously, a step up from League One to the Championship. And we've already alluded to that the Championship is such a tough league, isn't it? So, not just to get out of, but in general, like every week it's relentless in the Championship. It's so demanding. And for me, it's one of my favourite leagues to watch, really. It's such an exciting, really intense kind of, league, really, in terms of the teams you come up with. It's no easy game. So, yeah, look, let's see how he does. But I think he will be able to do it. And I think he will help Hull get away from that relegation zone.
Yeah, and from a personal note, I'm sure he doesn't want a relegation on his CV, and I'm sure he doesn't want to be playing back in League One too quickly either. So I'm sure it's in his best interest to try his absolute best.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this one, very interesting one. I've done a little bit of reading on this one, and interesting move.
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously, Yusuf Salac is joined from Swedish side Sirius for undisclosed fee, although it is believed to be between £3 million and £4 million that this player's cost. Obviously Cardiff again, another team that is struggling in the Championship right now. They've been really keen to add to their attacking options. They've only managed 26 goals from 26 league games this season. Cardiff really struggle for goals, but Salac, 6'5", so very, very tall. Scored 11 goals in 27 appearances in the Swedish top flight season. There is something worth noting though here, that the Swedish league actually finished in November, so he hasn't played since then. So I don't know how long it's going to take him to get up to speed with things. But yeah, look, they've signed him for a big fee. He signed a 4.5-year contract, and like I said, Cardiff really short on genuine centre forwards at the moment. They've been playing Wilfred Kanga up front, but he's failed to score in 16 appearances. And he's coming on loan from Hertha Berlin. I believe he came last in the summer though, not in this window. But yeah. So yeah, interesting to see how he gets on. But it's a big fee. And Cardiff just need goals to get themselves out of the trouble they're in at the moment in the relegation zone in the Championship. So, yeah, maybe this guy is the option, but we'll have to see.
Yeah, it's nice to see that Cardiff have gone back to like a retro crest on their shirt. Because I know they've played around with their badge over recent years, haven't they? And I'm sure the Cardiff fans are happy about going retro there. But let's just quickly round off the done deals in the EFL Championship with just a little quick roundup. This is a quick roundup there of a couple transfers that we discussed and a few others that have also happened. But yes, obviously we're just doing a roundup of all the current and recent transfers, just as a little tie up for the week, as obviously we're not doing our regular show on a Thursday night if you're just joining us. So it's a bit of a shorter one tonight, but we're just tying up all the loose ends. But we will be live on Sunday at 12 o'clock. Ryan, next one then, if we take a look at Huddersfield's league, League One.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So again, some deals happening in League One recently. So first one, obviously, James Collins. Yeah, obviously signed for City. Obviously, from Derby on a free transfer. Collins is 34 years of age, so full of experience. Last stage of his career. Signed a 2.5-year deal. He scored 19 goals in all competitions last season as they won promotion to the Championship. So he has got massive experience. He's a proven goal scorer, a top professional, and also he'll also add that leadership to a very young squad at Lincoln as well. Lincoln have got a young squad too. And he's also won 2 promotions from League One. So again, really good signing for Lincoln. And I'm sure he'll help out the youngsters and add a few goals as well. And I think it's a good move for him, really, if I'm being honest with you.
Yeah, good coup for the club as well. And like you say, a man who's got out the division a couple of times, so vastly experienced. Where are Lincoln in the league? Sorry, at the minute.
I think they're a good question. You've tested me there. I mean, to be fair, I've only been. I'm just going to quickly have a look because I
suppose you only really concentrate on the top 6 in that league at the minute.
Yeah, where are they now? They're 12, so they're further down. That's why I haven't noticed where they are yet. Early on, they did well. They started well, but they've dropped off again. So they're 12 at the moment. So
yeah, but I'm sure he'll obviously, like you say, bring vast amount of experience and be an asset to Lincoln. Your next one, and now this one, this is a great signing for Birmingham, but I'll let you take it away.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So obviously, Grant Hanley signed for Birmingham City on a short-term contract until the end of the season. From Norwich, obviously 33 years of age, Hanley, former Blackburn Rovers and Newcastle United centre-back, was released from the remaining 6 months of his contract at Norwich to allow him to join Birmingham. But obviously Birmingham have lost defender Lee Butchinen as well in this window, who will be missing for the rest of the season. So and Dion Sanson as well being ruled out, another centre-back. So they needed to kind of strengthen a little bit. Maybe he'll probably play a backup role to the centre-backs they've got, but they still needed added depth in that department. But obviously Hanley's only made 2 starts for Norwich this season, and like I said, he's not really been playing much, but he has made 197 appearances in Norwich after arriving from Newcastle in 2017. Scored 5 times. So I think it's a good sign for Birmingham. Adds that depth that they may need, but I don't think he'll play that much personally. But just because they've lost a few of their players that they will have brought off the bench if they needed another defender on. But so it's an interesting signing. But like I said, we'll see how it develops, I guess.
Yeah, might do a similar job for Birmingham like Gary Cahill did at Bournemouth towards the end of his career, just giving you that extra bit of experience in the changing room and with the youngsters. And, hopefully, I'm sure that they're thinking that he may help see them across the line for promotion again. But, obviously they want to get back to the Championship. They're ambitious owners as soon as possible, don't they, Birmingham? So, your next pick then, Ollie Norburn, striker, am I right?
Yeah, he's a striker. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, there was a delay. Yes, obviously Wigan signed it. In fact, no, he's a midfielder actually, but he is in a more advanced midfield role, so he's kind of a forward/midfielder. But he's joined on loan from League One side Blackpool for the rest of the season. 32 years of age. Like I say, he's been at many clubs, to be fair. Obviously, very experienced as well. He's come through Leicester's youth setup. Then he went on to play for Bristol Rovers, Plymouth, Macclesfield, Tranmere, Shrewsbury, and Peterborough. So look, he's been a captain at a few clubs as well. So again, he'll bring that experience and leadership to the group at Wigan again. So yeah, no, I think it's a good little loan signing for Wigan, who are kind of just stumbling along in League One, not doing much, and kind of need a little bit more quality. So yeah, I'm sure he'll add to their options that they've got at the moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, we'll just have a quick roundup of League One. There's some other transfers that have taken place, as well as the ones we've just discussed. So let's have the roundup. Yeah, there's another one that just interests me as well, Ryan. Actually, I forgot. Another Birmingham signing. Is it pronounced Phil Newman?
Yeah, I saw that one. Yeah.
I think he's signed a pre-contract agreement. Is it that he's joined after his contract's finished, or?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I had actually seen this one. You obviously picked this one up, but I'm not too sure, and I'm not too sure where he plays or who he is really. So I can't really tell you much. But yeah, no, obviously joining from the German top flight though. So be interesting to see how he does. But it's interesting that he's dropped down though to League One. You know, he's come to England, but he's dropped. He's obviously, I know Birmingham will probably get promoted. Let's be honest, back to the Championship, but he's still joining a League One club at the moment. But yeah. Not sure.
I just thought it was an interesting one that stood out there. But well, obviously, if we've done Championship, we've done League One, that only means one thing. It means it's obviously League Two. And League Two has been quite busy this week, which I'm sure that you'll see in the roundup. But these are Ryan's picks. He made a couple of picks here from this league, Ryan.
Yeah, it's been a busy one. League Two, it's picked up a bit. I think last week we were a bit quite quiet, wasn't it? But no, this week's kind of really got more busier. But look, yeah, obviously, Joe Hugill has gone on loan to Carlisle. Now, obviously, Hugill spent the first half of the season on loan at Wigan in League One, where he scored 5 goals and 18 appearances. But obviously, he's obviously come back to United, and then he's gone back out to Carlisle, a division lower, of course. Of course, Carlisle are really struggling in the relegation in League Two at the moment, aren't they? Really at the bottom of the table. So Hugill will certainly offer goals. That real pace. He's got real pace about him. Power, and he'll just bring another dimension to Carlisle's play, really. And like I said, they are as a team that is right down at the bottom. They obviously are struggling for goals, but they're also conceding a lot of goals as well. But Hugill will certainly, to me, add something different. And I really hope it works out for Carlisle on loan. And obviously, it's not really... He's played a lot for United in the under-21s and stuff, when he's been at United, but hasn't really got close to the first team yet. And obviously he is, he's just trying to get experience, and maybe we will. I don't know if we'll ever see him at United, to be fair, in the first team. But yeah, he's a good player. He's a good player. Seen him a few times.
Yeah, well, we've got a comment there just from Jensen. Hello, how are you? Doing okay? Yeah, I'm good. I'm sure.
Yeah,
good.
Jensen. Hello.
And but yeah, David, this one was he recalled back?
Yeah, he was
deliberately to find another club.
Yeah, he was recalled back because, like I said, he wasn't really playing much for Wigan. So yeah, obviously United said, well, no, if you're not going to play him, then we need him to play minutes. That's what we sent him on loan for. So then they've recalled him and then they've sent him back out on loan again. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's obviously clearly that Man United want to get games under his belt.
Yeah.
And like you say, Carlisle bottom of the league. They're not going to have any Jimmy Glass to come up from goal to save them this time. So let's hope this man can be the man that scores the goals to keep him up. But I'm sure that's what all Carlisle fans are hoping for anyway. But your next one, Jack Sparks. So he's obviously gone on loan from Peterborough to Chesterfield. Chesterfield, how are they doing in the league? Sorry, Chesterfield, are they struggling as well?
No, I believe Chesterfield are having a solid. Obviously, they've only just got promoted, haven't they, to the
yes, because they finally come back out of the league. Yeah.
It's kind of a consolidation year, but at the moment they Chesterfield are in 10th. So yeah, they're doing all right.
Yeah, steady.
They're doing all right, but look, obviously, Jack Sparks obviously signing on loan from Peterborough. Until the end of the season. Obviously 24 years of age, Jack Sparks. Seen him a few times actually. He helped Portsmouth's promotion to the Championship last season for joining Peterborough in the summer. He's made 21 league appearances for Peterborough this season, including one of them game New Year's Day. But look, obviously he's a good signing here for Chesterfield. The fact that he's dropped down a level as well. I know it's only a loan, but I think he can really work, really help the team. It's me, and obviously now they are in a good position. There's no reason why Chesterfield can't try and get into those playoffs and try and get another promotion. You never know, do you? But being 10. So, but no, obviously he's a left back, and I think they're kind of struggling in that area. So they've decided to bring Jack in. Then he's full of it. He's got some good. I know he's only 24, but he's still got a bit of experience behind him, and he's a good player. I've seen him a few times, and I think they're getting a good little sign here for sure. Definitely, when you can get a loan deal like this, I think that's what the loan market's there for, isn't it? Teams that may not be able to afford him permanently, but a loan, I think it's a good move for him, to be honest with you, and to get regular minutes as well.
Yeah, totally agree with you on that one. This one, interesting, because I think this guy's played in the Premier League, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I think he's made a Premier League appearance for Villa. Yeah,
do you know much about this guy? He's another one that's been recalled from his loan at, but this time Shrewsbury Town. He went out for the first half of the season on loan at Shrewsbury. And they decided to send him back, recall him and send him back out on loan to MK Dons, who obviously play in League Two, which is the division lower. Obviously 21 years of age, O'Reilly, a midfielder. And obviously I thought this just kind of caught my eye a little bit, because I think maybe someone that could potentially get a chance in the Villa side at some point, but he's obviously maybe taking a bit longer than they thought, because he's 21, but still young, to be fair. But look, MK Dons, I mean, maybe it's a good move for him to get some minutes, just a division lower. Maybe he was loaned to League One a bit too soon, and then he's decided to send him out on loan to a League Two club, which maybe will help his development a little bit more.
Yeah, that sounds that way. But again, similar to Joe Hugill, who was obviously recalled by United. So, but that kind of rounds up your choices for League Two. But League Two, like we were saying, has been extremely busy with transfers over the last, since Friday of last week. So here's a bit of a roundup from League Two. too sure what happened there, but there was a bit of darkness at the end there. But it's that rounds up the EFL transfer news from the last few days. So now it's time to probably have a look at the Premier League. There's been quite a few done deals, and there's a lot of transfer talk going on at the minute. There's all sorts. I think there's talks with Garnacho at United and Arsenal target Sesko, for example. I think Leipzig have said that he ain't moving in January. So there's a lot of transfer talk. Spurs have said there's a chance that they're not signing anybody. There's a no surprise there. Villa look like they're still very busy in the market. Brentford are trying to keep hold of their front two. So there's a lot of stuff still being talked about in the Premier League. Transfers here, there and everywhere. But this is the roundup of a few transfers that have been happening over the last sort of few days, which we'll quickly go through now. Highly rated right back Andreas Garcia has signed for Villa. From what I've seen of him, I think this is quite an attractive signing for Villa. Obviously, he's being brought in. I think is Matty Cash injured, or is it for competition for Matty Cash? I'm not too sure on that one. But,
Matty Cash played the other night for Villa. When did Villa play last night in the Champions League or something?
They did, and when I looked, they were 1-0 down, but I'm not too sure where they finished. Cash
played last night, so no, I think it might be just some competition, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like it is a player that's coming in to keep Matty Cash on his toes. Bob there, up the cherries indeed, Bob. Hang about, we will have a little bit of Cherries transfer news shortly. This one was quite a surprising one for me. I think a clever signing by Villa.
Yeah, no, honestly, I do like this signing. I think Marlon definitely, not that I've seen much of him, but, when you watch Champions League, I've seen him play for Dortmund a few times, and he's kind of impressed me a little bit. And, they're getting a really good player, and for £20 million, real signing. So I'm excited. It's going to be interesting to see how he gets on. I don't think he's played. He was on the bench last night, but he didn't come on. So he probably will get an opportunity in the next few weeks. So it's good to see him in the Premier League, to be fair, isn't it? Because obviously he's a really talented guy, and obviously did well at Dortmund. But Aston Villa have got a really good. Just to add to their midfield options, they've got loads of options in the midfield. So another good option here for them, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, more competition, quality player, and I think the price is fantastic. To be honest, whoever's negotiated that one's done a cracking deal. This one, I think I'm going to look forward to watching how this player develops. Obviously, signing from Millwall. Decent fee for Millwall at 14.5 million. Remain SA. I think he's going to develop well at Crystal Palace.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's obviously it's a step up, as we know. But I think Palace is a good side to go to in the Premier League, isn't it? Because they're a side that obviously they've got a really nice setup there as well, and really good for the young kind of players to develop. And it's clearly a big talent, being signed for that amount of money. Really good little move for him. And let's see how he does in the Premier League now. Because, like I said, the Championship is a brilliant league, but it's a big step up to the Premier League, as we know. So, he's signed for a lot of money. And there's no question that this guy is a really talented young man. And he certainly will. We'll see a lot of them in the Premier League, no doubt about that.
Yeah, no, definitely, and I'm sure Millwall were disappointed to lose the player, but I'm sure the 14.5 million will come in handy. On loan again, I think, for Maxwell Cornet.
Yeah, has not really worked, has it?
No,
the West Ham at all. It's been a bit of a disaster for him.
I think he was on loan at Southampton, wasn't he? And they called him back and he sent him out on loan again. Is that right? I think so. I think
Yes, I believe you're. I believe you're right. Because
So
when he first came in, he hardly get any games out at West Ham, and then obviously then he decided to send him out on loan to Southampton. And then he's not done much there. So yeah, now he's gone back out on loan to Genoa. But yeah, obviously he was a player that showed quality. If you remember him for Burnley,
yeah,
when he were at Burnley, he showed what he could do. Absolutely. But since then, he's struggled to settle down anywhere, and it's a
yeah,
shame. He has got talent, and so yeah, he's gone back out on loan, and it's not ideal. Look, a loan deal, does that really suit him at this stage of his career? I don't really know, but look, he's back out on loan, and he's going to a country that I don't think he's been to. So it's a good experience for him, but I think this is the time where he needs to push on a little bit now and show what he's made of at Genoa, and then don't know what will happen from there. But yeah, a good little loan for him, really, because if you can get the best out of him, he's certainly got a lot of talent, as we saw at Burnley. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, if you can get the best out of him, they've got a very decent player there, haven't they? And there's nothing quite like a ridiculously high shirt number, is there? Got to
That is a good point.
yeah. Brighton, great in the transfer market, but they've obviously moved. Is it Moda? This one, is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah,
It's Moda. I think that's how you pronounce it. But moved him on for an undisclosed fee to Feyenoord. So yeah, usually very good in the transfer market. So are they making space to bring people in, or are they just trying to balance their squad out a little bit? I'm not too sure, but yeah. So he's moved on to Feyenoord. Alex Murphy, talented youngster. He's moving on from Newcastle on loan to Bolton Wanderers. Now, I think Bolton, he's going to do a pretty good job down there. From what I read of him, he's a decent player, quite a talent. So it looks like they're sending him out for game time.
Yeah, absolutely. Funny enough, we actually played Bolton on Saturday, so I might actually see him. I might actually see him.
So you might see.
So look, I'm not too sure. I'm not really too sure about this. I've not really heard much about this player, but yeah, no, look, I'll be able to tell you more after the game on Saturday, maybe if he plays. But yeah, no, look, obviously a youngster, and Newcastle want him to play minutes, so it's a good little kind of first move for him, and I think League One's a good level for him to start at. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, you're probably spot on there, mate. And on Sunday, you can let us know how he got on.
Hopefully not too well. Hopefully not too well.
You'll be hoping that he's on the losing side.
Yeah.
Now this one, I think, to be fair, he was linked to Bournemouth a few years ago before. I think before he signed for Sheffield United the first time, and before he signed for was it Villarreal we played for? If I remember right.
Well, yeah, I think
before he went to Villarreal, and to be honest with you, he's never been a player that I've really thought would fit in with us. So I was kind of glad we never signed him. But he's had a torrid time at Southampton, hasn't he? I mean, he's made a handful of appearances, not scored. Saints have struggled all season. Obviously, they're gonna it's inevitable that they're going to fall through the trapdoor at some point. But going back to a club where he had a fairly decent record and in the Championship, I think he's going to do well. I think this is one of those signings, again, similar to the John Joe Shelvey signing, where they're getting some experience in someone that knows the league, someone that can score goals, just to try and give him that different option to see him across the line towards the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that this is a move that I know it's obviously, like I say, it's with a view to. I didn't actually see that bit at the bottom that you put there, but yeah, I was going to say that if Sheffield United do get promoted, I think we probably will look to sign him as well, depending on how he does, of course. But I do think that it's a nice fit for him, and he's had a horrible time relate, but look, he's shown that he can score goals, so maybe Sheffield United can get the best out of him, and like I say, he can help them to the Premier League again, because they seem to be a yo-yo club, don't they, Sheffield United? They seem to be they're not good enough for the Premier League, but they're too good for the Championship. So
yeah,
but yeah, see how it develops.
Yeah, no, you're spot on there. They're unfortunately, Sheffield United fans will hate it, but unfortunately they are a yo-yo club, aren't they? And they're one of those that go up and down, and like you say, like a yo-yo. Finally, this deal, we were speaking about it last week as part of the rumour mill, and when we were talking with Josh about City's potential rebuild, and they've got this deal across the line. I know there's a few others that are set to go across the line, but I think this is a great signing. I think he's going to be a massive asset for City, and what's your thoughts on it? Obviously, being on the red side of the City.
Look, for me, it's annoying to see City signing players because they shouldn't be allowed to until we know what these 115 charges confirmation is. That's just my view. So I find it very hard to speak about City signing players because I just don't think it's right at all. Any other club would be under a transfer ban until it was all corrected. But because it's City, they can do what they want. I don't really know much about this player, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not just saying it, but I don't. So yeah, I've got nothing else to say. I don't know. I hope he fails. There we are. Anyways.
Well, that brings a round up to the Premier League. There's obviously a lot more deals, which we'll cover off again on Sunday when we do our Sunday at 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Our show on Sunday at 12 o'clock, where we'll be joined by a guest as well. And we will discuss more Premier League then. But obviously, as this is a Bournemouth channel and a Huddersfield channel, there's only one way to finish up with, and that's with our own team news. So starting with the Cherries, obviously, there's a lot of talk about us going into the loan market for a striker and things like that. There's a lot of rumours going around about certain personnel, but one rumour that's looks like it might become true, which is a little bit worrying, is that our second choice keeper, Mark Travers, he's said to be set to be loaned to Middlesbrough, which for me, when we're pushing for a European place, yes, I've said it, we're pushing for a European place. At the moment, our league position is very, very healthy and we're picking up good results. And we're looking at loaning out our second choice keeper, which I think is a little bit bizarre considering he is a quality keeper. If Kepa was to be injured, or if we draw Chelsea, if we progress on in the cup, obviously Kepa can't play. So yeah, bit of a strange one for me, this one. Bit disappointing if we do loan him out, I think. But at the same time, from an unselfish perspective, the kid, he does deserve to play. He is a quality goalkeeper. He is a number one. I mean, in the Championship, he's 100% number one. And I'd be quite happy with him as a number one in the Premier League, to be honest. So he does deserve the game time. But I just think from, if we were sitting pretty mid-table and, not going anywhere and we were knocked out of the cups and everything, then I could probably understand the move. But I just think we've got quite a lot to play for. And it's a bit disappointing that we're looking at potentially loaning out our second choice keeper. But hey ho, that's something that may develop between now and Sunday. And obviously we'll have more Bournemouth transfer news on Sunday, and we'll have a look at some of the rumours on Sunday as well. But today we just obviously are doing a bit of a roundup as we haven't got our usual Thursday night show. But Ryan, before we tie off, do you want to update us on some Huddersfield news?
Yeah, obviously, I think it was on the roundup, wasn't it? But obviously, Mikael Helik has moved to Oxford in the Championship. It's a deal that is, it's really surprised us all around here, really, to be honest with you, because, I don't think it kind of came out of the blue. It came very fast. And, he's decided to go to Oxford, obviously a centre-back, play a key player for us, to be honest with you. So we strengthened up in the forward line, but then we've lost one of our key players in the defence, and that's left us short in the defence, by the way, at the moment, because we have got injuries, and we have got and we're playing players that are not a centre back usually, but can play a centre back, if you get me. So it's not ideal to be losing Helik at this stage. Clearly, though, he didn't want to be at the club, so I'm kind of glad that he's going away, because clearly, since we got relegated, he wanted out anyway. And he's decided to move, so that's his choice. But a big blow for us, really. And I am gutted about it a little bit. But like I said, I'm just kind of looking at it from the angle. If he doesn't want to play for us, and he doesn't want to be it, then he can go for me. You know, no one's bigger than the club, so that's up to him. So yeah, and is a permanent transfer, undisclosed fee. I don't know how much it's always undisclosed with us. We never get to know how much we're getting for players. It's absolutely ridiculous. It drives me insane. But anyway, so yeah, Helic has gone, and yeah, that's about it really. I mean, obviously there is a bit of a conundrum with Sorba Thomas at the moment. Obviously on loan at Nantes in France at the moment, but Hull City have reportedly agreed a deal for him. But the problem is that because we haven't got a recall in Sorba's contract, he can't get back to us to sign for them. But I don't know if that's going to kind of. There's sometimes ways around this, so I'm not sure if. But the fee has been agreed, but it's just whether. But Nantes want to keep him until the end of the season, so I don't know what's going to happen there. But that's just one little other kind of situation that's happening at the club at the moment. But I'd like to see us get another centre back now. We've lost Helic, but don't really have any news at the moment on that aspect. Not see anything develop at this stage.
Yeah, I mean, with regards to Melik, I think you've hit the nail on the head. You guys are looking at promotion, and the last thing you want is a bad apple in the squad, really, no matter what quality he is. And if he's moved on, you know, in the long term, it might be a positive. Do you reckon you'd maybe dive into the loan market just to maybe get a backup centre back just to see her through the season? Or
I think for me, I'd like to see us go and sign somebody rather than a loan. I think there is options out there. Said it on my show, but I'd like to see somebody like Mads Anderson come in from Luton, who is a centre back. He's worked with Duff at Barnsley, and they did well at Barnsley together. You know, they got all the way to the playoff final and just came up short. So I'd like to see a permanent. I definitely want to see another sack, because the thing is at the moment we've got Balker's come back from injury. He was a centre back, but he's very injury prone. So if he gets injured, we're even in more trouble until we get the other guys back from injury, because we've got Longvik out at the moment with injury, who's been good for us. But if Balk gets injured again, then we need two defenders, in my opinion, because I don't want to see the likes of Tom Lees and Matty Pearson start together, because we saw how much of a disaster it was last weekend, on Saturday, should I say? Sorry, last weekend, where we had a shocking first half. Defence was all over the place. So I'd like to see us sign someone permanent, but let's see what happens. And I would be extremely worried and disappointed if we didn't get another centre back in at least one.
Yeah, I can understand where your points there, Ryan. It's let's see. I mean, maybe you'll have some developments by the time we do the show on Sunday, and well, that kind of concludes everything, guys. It's not like we say, it was a short one tonight. We just wanted to do a quick roundup. Obviously, we haven't done a show since last Thursday, so we thought missing out the Thursday show this week, you know, there'd be probably too much to cover in the Sunday show. So we've done this little one in the middle, just to sort of tie off some loose ends. And myself and Ryan will be back live on Up the Cherries in all departments and on Huddersfield Fan TV on Sunday at 12 o'clock lunchtime. So stay tuned, and we'll see you then.